Hey guys, how we doing?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Gavin?
Uh, this season is getting interesting. It's certainly taking turns that I did not expect,
Mhm.
and I'm happy with that. Like, I'm really glad. Like, we can't predict this season. We know what the outcome is,
Sure.
obviously, the end game. Uh, but the journey to get there is kind of like what happened. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, I love this season so far because it's addressing things that we've wanted them to address.
In the last
Like, right. Going all the way back, one, Midge is clearly her own worst enemy. And
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Fair.
this season she's finally, when she went off on her boss and went in to get fired,
Yeah.
is finally acknowledging that if she can't stop fighting with everybody who doesn't tell her she's the best thing ever,
Yeah.
she's not going to have a career.
Sure.
And I know that sounds like I'm picking on the poor woman,
No.
but my God, at some point you're trying to get into entertainment, which
Yeah.
means there is a level of playing the game you just have to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I understand her parents are who her parents are. They're as stubborn and as it
Talk
gets,
about
right?
stuff,
And
yeah.
there's a refusal to ever acknowledge you're wrong, to ever apologize, and to ever feel like you're not right 100% of the time at 100 miles an hour.
Yes.
So that's hardwired into her.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's like, how many more times do you have to jump on a grenade before you just stop doing it?
Somebody on Patreon, I talked to this on Patreon with one of the commenters recently, last week. I can see how that can be a good thing to a certain extent, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, right. But it gets up to a point,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
literally, to where she seems isolated from her kids. She's isolated from Susie. She's by herself at her old age because she's so stubborn.
Right.
My guess is that's why she's that way.
No, I think that, like I said, it's one of the things that makes this show great. There are good qualities. You're right about uh, you know, of of not compromising, right? Of standing your ground for
All
what
on
you believe in,
yourself.
to put it all on yourself.
Yeah, put all your chips in.
That's admirable.
Yeah.
But there's also an alienating factor
It's
to
gonna
that.
push people away.
Right? Yeah.
People can't stand you at that point.
Right. I mean, there's a reason that, except for the Maisels, um, Abe and Rose really can't maintain friendships.
We really 180 in the Maisels, didn't we? Because at first they were the ones
They were the
I can't
worst.
stand. Like
Right.
the Catskills, I was
Right.
like, get them away from me.
Yeah.
But now it's like they're so sweet.
Right. No, it is I know they're loud and they're brash,
Sure.
and sometimes off-putting, and that's by design.
They're of a certain generation.
Right. They're of a certain generation, right? Um, but that doesn't make them mean or spiteful or
Bad people.
or bad people in any way. And I don't think the Maisels are either. But I just think
The Wisemans.
I mean the Wiseman. Sorry, I just think the Wisemans are, including from what we've seen in Midge, all three of them. They are the quintessential cut off your nose to spite your face people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would rather be miserable than admit that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a cost to that. And we see it with the Wisemans, right? They're fairly alienated. They were broke for a while and were dependent on the kindness of the Maisels because they couldn't beat their pride down. And now we see
that was their own doing too. Yeah,
completely, 100% their own doing. I'm not saying that Rose was wrong.
They weren't
in the
dealt the best
sexism. They were not right. I mean, they do both come from incredible privilege.
But what I'm
at
saying
least
is, like,
Rose is.
in the situation,
Right. I can understand. I can understand why Rose was upset, but you know what? I'm going to just blow up my life to show you how upset I am. Yeah. Right. And I think when we see the '80s here, and we see the fact that Midge has no relationship with her family at all. She's not close to her kids, either one of them. She's not close to Susie anymore.
Yeah.
And we don't know about any other relationship yet, other than the fact that she struggles in romantic relationships to maintain them.
Ethan doesn't seem like he's doing bad. He's on his own journey, which is cool. Honestly.
Yeah, but he's not close to his mom.
Not close.
No.
Esther is the interesting one, right? Esther. We started the season off from her perspective.
Right.
That's the one I'm most interested in. What happens there? Because she seems like she's.
I just think it's the same. I just think it's like I don't have a mom.
She's like very neurotic, and
she is
a therapist. I want to know what's going on with her.
But I just kind of I don't know. I just think that's fairly common of kids that aren't raised with parents. Really,
I guess so.
That she's like she's anxious because
she's a genius. She's brilliant. Apparently.
Yeah, she's a brilliant, anxious genius because she grew up in the Wiseman household, and there's no way that you can be a self-possessed, confident person without I mean, they come across as confident, but I feel like it's false bravado on all three of their parts. You cannot be that defensive to every little slight or that they are the Donald Trump of people, right? In that anyone who says anything that you can minutely take as a slight to you, you have to lash out at that person because you are so thin-skinned that you can't take any little level of criticism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened to Esther. She grew up around that.
Outside of Donald Trump, too, there's people like that in real life.
No, there are. Yeah. I'm just thinking
tough to be around.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he's just an example of somebody who some people take as, look how strong and confident he is, but really,
he's the prime example.
It really is just a lot of lashing out because I'm so thin-skinned I can't take any criticism at all.
Yeah.
So anyone who says anything bad about me is a bad person or a liar or fake news or whatever, right? Yeah. I'm incapable of not being told I'm the greatest thing all the time. Yeah. And I feel like that's, I mean, obviously we're going to get more. You're right. Sure. But I feel like Esther is a kid who had to grow up around that. I think I would be a mess too.
I hope we end the show on a positive note.
Sure.
Obviously, we ended in the 80s, but like for Rose and for Abe, I want them to have some sort of moment where
of course, right.
It's not permanently that.
Right. I mean,
while staying true to the character.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think some positive outcome is expected, but we're not going to have all new people. You know what I mean?
No. We should.
Right, exactly, right. I just think that they're a mess. Yeah. But at any rate, we do want to go ahead and welcome Karabah, Siggy, and TC Elbow to our Patreon group. Thanks, guys. We're very happy you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you'd mind hitting the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the new content we have coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out the link in the description of our Patreon page. On all shows we're watching, including The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. So if you want to keep going over on Patreon, that's the way to do it. You will have to sync and watch along on your own device or streaming service. You'll only see and hear us for copyright purposes.
That's right.
Actually, after this, we're halfway through the season, aren't we?
We are, yeah. 9 episodes.
Is it 9? I thought it was 8. Oh, it's 9?
Oh, wow. Okay, this
is great. Yeah.
We haven't talked about the camera work in a while.
Yeah, it's like the big set pieces have kind of taken a back seat this season.
Yeah.
But this is obviously a return to form.
The season 3 opener still sticks with me.
Yeah, for sure.
3's production all around was just...
It was, yeah. I think the budget went down in this last season when they were trying to wrap it up.
Well, somebody said that Lord of the Rings took a big chunk out of that.
Right.
So maybe a little bit, but...
And that's why we haven't gotten quite as many of the big set pieces.
I wonder if that's the case. Which I have not seen the Lord of the Rings series, but I have not heard good things about it.
I have not either.
Yeah.
Usually when we call people to come quick, they dilly-dally and cross state lines. Excellent production.
It is very good this year. But our lead performer just dropped out.
We can't find him.
We tried Connecticut.
And the leading part is sort of a narrator.
Like our town, with an edge.
Midge is a comic.
Would say yes. Yeah.
That was a very nice number, but she's got a full-time job now.
Call in sick for a day.
Boss, he loved the idea.
I'm really sorry.
I feel like these are not the guys to say no to. They look...
His hair is long. I put him in a dress from a distance.
Susie, this is me asking you for a favor.
She does owe them.
Big time.
She
they did.
And not killing you that time.
That was a good favor.
But see this?
And getting her to the stage for the show.
That was one of the best bits in the show.
Yeah.
If I do this, it's payback.
It is. And very nice of you.
And this counts as payback.
Definitely counts.
Want to see the paper again?
All right, this could be a problem.
Yeah, but these aren't the guys you say no to.
No, they're not. Look, we love them.
They're dangerous.
But they're the mob. It's the mob. Yeah. Like, Midge,
you're taking a sick day.
We're working with the mob.
Right.
Oh, God, that's terrible. I don't understand. How did I wake up in Woolman Rink? 2 a.m. There I was.
No one here can hold their liquor? Really? Where have all the real men gone?
They're on Mad Men.
Yeah, right.
Midge, Gordon wants to see you in the studio.
Oh, now? Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, we gotta address the kiss thing, because we didn't talk about the fact that he tried to kiss her.
Yeah, well, she handled that with aplomb, I feel like.
But he was like, I don't know, like really goofy about it.
Yeah.
You seem to have weathered the storm better than the rest of the group.
Scottish ancestry.
I never drink and skate.
Yeah, I was a little tipsy last night.
Were ya?
Yes.
Is he going to apologize here? Is that what this is?
Hey, since we're both fine, what do you say we start over?
Meaning,
Go out with me. Dinner?
Is this where this is going?
I'm not going out with you.
I haven't even told you where we're going.
It would complicate my quest to be on your show.
You are on my show.
I mean, on your show.
I feel like they might go out.
There's a lot of chemistry here for sure.
And we just kind of dealt with a situation like this in the last season with handsome park guy,
Yeah.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Milo something. Yeah.
Hands-on producers or just the money?
None of that is important.
Well, if you're in the show, it is.
Can you stop your brain for 1 second and take in all the information before you speak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an industrial show, scripted stuff.
I don't do scripted stuff.
You did it on the radio.
No one could see me on the radio. I was visibly free to panic.
Brigadoon.
Okay, you were right. Frank and Nikki come with strings.
Yeah.
Favor, it'll be considered reciprocation, meaning we're off the hook.
I don't know about that.
Well, for now.
For now,
Yeah.
exactly.
I am not telling them I have lady troubles.
It's a great excuse. Could mean anything, and I can guarantee you not one guy is going to ask you to clarify.
Did she just say she booked another gig? She's like,
I doubt she can say that.
Yeah, probably not.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I could have Joel bring the kids down to see it. It's gonna be years before I'll let them watch my real show. Longer if they're screwed up and I need them for material.
Oh my god.
Well, there's
Well, we haven't been out to the theater and supper after with friends in.
Do they not? Does she even know what it is? They said they wanted the Dirty Girl. I mean, is this show going to be okay?
That's a great point. That is a fantastic point. Let's hope.
Right.
Let's hope it's not that dirty.
What's the show you're going to see?
Well, it's.
Oh, okay. It's not her show. Okay.
It's something written by a friend of Abe's, right, Abe?
Okay, so it's Jason Alexander's character.
I knew him a little bit, but he left soon after I got.
Okay, never mind.
No, it's a different guy.
There were real friendship possibilities there had he stayed, but he left.
Roomy for dessert. It's very special. Janusz made it.
It looks lovely, Janusz.
Yeah, she seems awesome.
Yeah.
The little ones are
good.
having pieces in the kitchen now. I put little plastic soldiers on theirs. They thought that was fun.
As long as they don't eat them.
Yeah. I do love rum cake. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's strong.
Right.
And the kiddos were eating that. Yikes.
They'll sleep well tonight.
Oh my god.
Oh, he got the kids drunk.
Yeah. Taxi of the future.
This is actually a really cool setup. This is like they spent all their money this season on this episode.
Yeah. Or what's to come.
Yeah. Obviously, this is all like one big shot here. This is amazing.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
Why aren't commercials like this, honestly?
Right?
Here's a costume. It's got a little hat. I knew you'd like that. Jerome, pages.
Knew you'd like that. Oh.
Terrific if you were off book, but if you have to cheat a little, we understand.
Well, you just gave her the pages.
Yeah.
What's this?
This is your stage. Biggest one in the joint. Had to wrestle it out from under the bricklayers.
Waste management.
Okay, so the mob, yeah.
Well, no, but I just saw the pretty kitchen in the oven that hands you a cake, and
Did Susie not tell you about the slip of paper?
Yeah.
That suit doesn't even fit you.
Not for me. It's for a 200-pound guy hiding out in Binghamton.
It's a couple of days, a couple of shows, and then you and I are completely reciprocated, right?
And a big
paycheck.
Yeah, big paycheck, yeah.
Big picture here, guys.
It's time.
Oh, I've got butterflies.
Oh.
Do you know your lines?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
You're supposed to be off book.
I'm also supposed to be a man.
They know where my parents live.
Oh my god.
And mostly, God, please bless New York City, the greatest city in the whole wide world. I sure am lucky I live here. Amen.
And such a clean city, thanks to waste management.
Yeah.
What are they going to do to that little boy?
Mattress bunk by bunk. Who clears out all the evidence?
Oh my god. She's had all the evidence.
I had to sneak that one in there. Yeah.
Susie's enjoying it.
I'm sure a lot of the Dons are out there like, good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome, yeah.
How much fun would casting this have been?
I know.
And putting this together. I'm a sucker for a good tap number.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's a certain level of class to it. Yeah. It's very classy.
High enough that the Von Trapp family singers could climb over it to escape the Nazis.
Oh, what?
At it. Gone. Streets so gleaming you could see your reflection. Looks like I need a shave. There's the paper boy, New York's rooster. Looks like it's that time again.
Look at this set. This is awesome.
Yeah.
There's a businessman with a briefcase off to conquer the world.
What is private demolition and waste management?
This kid.
And unlike the city, they never say no.
Well, then I'll just take it down to the church preschool parking lot at the corner and burn it. Problem solved.
Oh my god.
As far as I'm concerned, I wish I never heard of private demolition and waste management.
Oh
Oh no!
There once were trees and clear blue seas.
Okay, this is funny.
This is awesome. Oh, it's her sister. Yeah.
Tease.
Did she not know?
No.
She can sing.
Yeah.
He's dead!
He's got a nail in his head.
The city would have hauled away all the dangerous demolition waste.
The city doesn't haul that away, old timer.
I know.
I tried to warn you.
You did.
You need.
You did.
Didn't want to pay for it. And now my boy is gone.
Yes, he is. Happy people die.
That guy's face.
10,000 tons of garbage accumulate in New York City every single hour.
That's probably true, yeah.
It's probably more now.
Right in front of your face or on the sole of your shoe. Tell him, folks.
Yeah.
I love them just doing the whole show here.
Little can action. Yeah. He's live. Head about on stage with a spike in his head. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? For not knowing what she was doing, Mitch did all right for being on book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talented writer.
Occasionally, yes, he is.
Better to be a bank teller.
You owned a bar. When did they have wine in a bar?
You know, they usually don't have very good wine in a bar. It's always warm.
Yeah. Don't order wine in the bar.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's not the play I saw.
Art is there for your interpretation.
That's true.
That's
Yep.
fair.
I watched a boy and his dog who died.
But it wasn't about that.
How do you know?
I am a theater critic. I'm paid to know.
This is pretentious of age. It is, yeah.
Under any circumstances.
No, Rose, and I don't know why you're getting so upset over this.
Because you're calling me an idiot.
I'm not.
He kind of was, yeah.
Simply said you don't understand the play at all. That's fine.
Because I'm an idiot.
Retreat, retreat, retreat.
Rose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand anything that you do. Does that make me an idiot?
I'm gonna have dessert.
He is.
Yeah.
Gonna get chewed out.
Thank you.
Let's ask the man who wrote it.
What? No, Rose.
I'm kind of on her side on this.
Yeah.
Just go right over there.
I'm Rose Weissman, Abe's wife. We just saw your play tonight, and, do you mind?
Oh, well,
Yes.
Just drag the poor man over there.
What was your play about?
well, when I was a boy, I had a dog named Tom, and he died very suddenly one summer, and I never really got over it.
Hey, buddy.
Well, he could have just said, my interpretation is this, right? Everybody takes a part of themselves to
there's
art.
so many critics now that, like, we can talk about it at the very end, but
Sure.
I do feel like there's a lot of critics that are guilty of that. You know?
Sure, of course. I've been guilty of it,
Sure,
when you watch something like, I've nailed this.
Movies have a lot of subtext.
Right, yeah.
You proposed.
And I said yes.
She said yes.
How about an omelet?
No omelet.
Rosales, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
Clean up the rose petals after
You got
dessert.
yourself a wonderful woman.
Thank you, Mr. Weissman.
That's awesome. Good for Zelda.
Yeah. I don't think that these two have talked out what just happened, though, at the restaurant.
No.
It's
It's
just hovering there. And Abe's not wrong either to take from it what he took from it. That's just
No, he's not.
There's just this idea of right and wrong of an interpretation of a work of art is silly.
Have you ever seen something that you like really like and you're trying to pull something out of it that's just not there?
Yeah. And that's okay. It's your,
totally. Like Roadhouse. No, I'm joking. But no, there's plenty of examples of that. Really.
well, sometimes the author's wrong about what they wrote too.
Yeah, that's when it's interesting. I think that's really, really interesting when that happens.
What's he doing?
Is this his way of saying I'm sorry?
I'm kind of wondering. It just seems so unearnest and half-hearted.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was supposed to be his apology, but it feels like it.
How about say, I'm sorry, I love you?
How about, you know what? I got a little full of myself there.
Yeah.
It happens.
My bad.
Like we were saying before the show, these people just cannot admit when they're wrong. They cannot do it.
He tried in his own way.
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, he's back. Okay, let's see what he's got. Oh, that's actually really nice.
It is.
He might be a little broken now.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is one of the few times we've seen him reflective over something he's done.
In his own way, yeah.
Even if I had a better opening joke.
We have to finish our real work first, Midge.
Yeah.
No one saw him go?
He was in the makeup chair. Sally went to get some more cotton balls. When she came back, he was gone.
So Mitch has to choose between shows here.
Yeah, she's definitely made the wrong choice.
I think so too. Yeah.
From now on, no one gets a mug until after they've actually appeared on the show. Am I clear, Mike?
No coffee mugs until after the show.
I was going to say, if I was on a talk show, I'd want to take a mug.
Just have like a Letterman mug from Letterman. Awesome.
He will still give them the thumbs up. I repeat, anyone breathing with a tight 6 minutes, it's their lucky day.
I mean, if I was Midge, I'd be like, I'm a comedian, right? Like, I do stand-up.
Yeah, but she has another show that she has to do.
Yep, okay. And we called this. I guarantee you she's going to do this instead of doing the show for Susie.
There's a chance I might be on the show tonight. What show? The Gordon Ford Show.
Tell her no, not this time.
Stiller's in Paris, Schreiber's in Denver, Saul's sick. Stiller said yes, Mira said no.
Jerry Stiller?
Jerry Stiller, yeah, I'm assuming.
R.I.P. I love Jerry Stiller.
I've got 20 clean, broadcast-friendly minutes on various topics. I've got family jokes, political jokes. I've got political family jokes. I'm ready.
This does happen, though. Conan O'Brien.
No, it does. Yeah, they've pulled writers on before.
Yeah. I love it.
Because a lot of the writers do stand up on the side, yeah.
We have a rule here, hard and fast, never been broken. No one who works on the show can be on the show.
Well, that's a dumb rule. Change that rule.
Not gonna change that rule.
You gonna quit?
Ralph's never coming on the show.
Okay, but...
Cecil's a comic too, a good one.
I was going to say, yeah, I bet a lot of these guys are.
Gordon.
You make a good living here, right?
I do.
It's nice. The paycheck. That should be enough.
Don't jeopardize that. Yeah. At this point, he said no.
Thank you for your time. Now I have to go or I'll be late for my garbage gig.
I have no context for what you just said.
I think it's for the best that she's here.
Yeah, don't push it.
Yeah.
Esther suddenly decided she was sick of hearing the voices of our family. Why? Problems at work?
Oh.
Too much talking.
Boy, are you in the wrong family, kid.
So we are seeing signs of it all going off the rails for her, yeah.
Some days are harder than others, you know?
Yeah.
What you do then is you keep working until you can leave the show for other things, and then you can come back. That being on his show is not going to be your launching pad, man.
No. You're writing on the show.
Right.
Big step.
Yeah, it is.
Big step.
I hope this doesn't go wrong this time, now that we're seeing it a second time.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little worried about this one.
Please bless Mommy and Daddy and my little brother.
Jesus, Midge.
This is that thing again that she just can't help herself.
This
You're doing
kid's
3
gonna
shows.
spend the next 10 years stuffed in a locker.
He's asleep.
See, this is the selfishness that drives me crazy about her. Am I wrong for being annoyed with Midge right now?
I'm a little annoyed, to tell you the truth.
And she's going to feel bad afterwards, but not say it.
They've got a good show here.
They do, actually.
It's
it is.
little.
Actually.
You're getting paid for this.
There are people counting on her. Her family's there to watch.
You look, yes, it's the mob, but still, like that should be even more of an incentive to do this. You know what I mean?
This is her feeling sorry for herself in a way that she takes no one else's feelings into consideration. And it's nails on a chalkboard for me.
Yeah.
I like Midge, and this is not what she should be doing.
Here we go.
But now look at it. Gone. Now all you see are sidewalks so clean you could eat off them. Streets so gleaming you
can't watch this. Like I can't.
This is just, you know what this reminds me of? Sophie blowing her Broadway show.
It's almost worse.
Yeah.
This is like watching a car crash.
And they're going to ask her what was going on afterwards when everything blows up. She's like, well, I was feeling sorry for myself.
It does not matter what is going on.
I know.
You're a performer.
Yeah, this is unprofesh.
No, little boy, it's not. The city only disposes of a small amount of the actual trash that is thrown away. The easy stuff. But we live in a big city. We have big city trash.
It's so
She
hard.
is not my favorite person right now.
It's so hard when you like the person.
Right, I know.
Love Midge. So many people. Like Dinah, is that her name?
Yeah.
She's killing it.
She's destroying.
It's a big deal.
She's destroying the show.
You're tanking everybody else's opportunity.
You're tanking everything here.
Beyond repair. You're begging for mercy when you go to Jersey to smell fresh air.
It's just so obnoxious.
Yeah, she's being obnoxious. Yeah. I'm with these guys, and they're terrible.
I know.
And I thought you were taking that favor seriously.
I did take it seriously.
Does this look like serious to you?
No.
Yes, it does.
It is a temper tantrum, yeah.
The next time I ask you for a favor.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
This was the favor, Frank.
No.
We own you. 30%.
There's the ugly part of it, right.
No, I don't. This was supposed to make a square.
There is no making a square. This is it. This is the situation.
Yeah. Whoa, did Midge know that 30% of her money was supposed to go to these guys?
It's an off night. Ask for your money back.
Who are those guys, Susie?
They're no one.
They don't look like no one.
Well, they are.
Did you piss them off?
This is like a film noir.
Yeah.
What's happening, manager? You mobbed up?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a handle on this?
Yes.
No.
Do you need help?
No.
Yes.
Liar.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by.
I'm gonna find out, Susie.
Joel's right. I hate to say it, but Joel's right.
He's awesome.
You know what though? I mean, I get it. Like I've liked these guys all along until now. I'm like, it's easy to fall into this.
I don't want to defend the mobsters, but at the same time, I get why they're mad.
I get why they're mad about this.
They wouldn't have been so open with the favor thing and like the 30% thing. Look, they've had her back. She's good. Susie is good as long as like she just plays ball, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's illegal. Bad situation to be in, but they're in the situation.
Yeah.
If you're going to say no, you should have said no then, not now. You look at everything you have.
It's all screwed now.
It's all screwed, yeah.
But he has yet one more adorable critter for us to meet.
Excuse me, sir? Is this a ladies' room?
They got Sophie. All right, well, safe hands, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll fix it after.
I am not gonna fix
Yeah.
anything.
What does she expect?
I don't understand the lashing out here.
Well, crap rolls downhill.
Yeah,
crap down. So
that's true. That's true.
But still, it's like, what do you expect?
Right.
Like, come on.
Oh no, you entered locked door. How will I ever find you?
Okay, that was funny.
That's good.
You can't not talk to me. There's a reason we ran into each other. The universe is telling us something.
No, it isn't.
Is it an X?
X's? That's kind of.
I gotta go.
Why?
I have work. I have a life. Just because you lose interest in something, it doesn't just go away.
Yeah. X.
Yeah.
Mrs. Gordon Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a fake marriage.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
So is this how they get Midge on the show?
I'm willing to bet 100%, man. Honestly.
I was 22. What promises can you make at 22?
Plenty.
We're grown-ups.
You can make promises at 22.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I feel like early 20s is still, not reliable.
Well, not reliable, but if you made promises, you made promises. Yeah.
You're an adult.
Right.
Oh, boy, I really want to buy you that drink.
Yeah, I have to go. Nice to see you, Hetty. You look good as a blonde.
I like that name, Hetty.
Yeah. So she definitely knew her then.
Yeah.
So our first episode without a flashback or a cold open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this episode. This episode really annoyed me.
That one put me through the ringer.
I loved it. I thought it was a great episode.
No, it was a great episode. But
kudos to the writers because it had us furious, like
all over the map. I was emotional all over the map in this one.
Yeah. Real quick, let's touch upon the Abe thing with Rose. I agree with Rose. Ultimately.
I do too.
We kind of covered most of that, I guess, but still, I think that sometimes you can be pulling from something that's not there. I don't like movies like
I don't
like Terrence Malick makes movies to where you can really interpret what that's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's for me personally. I don't think there's a such thing as pulling from what's not there. I think that there's an art consumer relationship, and the art consumer has some power in that too. You know what I mean?
Sure.
J.R.R.
This
Tolkien.
is what that means to me.
Yeah. J.R.R. Tolkien said he didn't mean anything environmental with the Lord of the Rings books. Well, I can watch Lord of the Rings and be like, there's a big environmental message there, whether you meant it for it to be or not, right? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really matter.
It's like,
right. Once you write your book, make your TV show, make your movie, whatever, it's not yours anymore. You've given it to the world.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to read something, and we all bring ourselves to whatever the art is, the painting, right, the opera, the sculpture, it doesn't matter. You take yourself to it, and then what you get out of it, that is real. It doesn't matter. Like, well, the author meant. I don't care what the author meant.
We kind of.
I just got his words.
We dealt with that in the show with the painter,
right?
In season 2, I think.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter what the artist intended.
Yeah, it's coming from somebody's psyche,
right?
So even if they don't realize it, it's
exactly
coming from somewhere.
Stephen King always talks about how he's written stuff and he didn't realize what he's writing until after the fact.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that Misery was about him being a drug addict.
Yeah.
Until well after he had gotten himself clean. He's like, oh, I had no idea I was writing about my own drug addiction here. So the idea of getting something out of it that the author didn't put in there, I don't care about that. Get out what you want, which is why I think Abe's wrong, right? I think Abe's wrong because saying, oh, you don't get it because that. Now, I mean, obviously some things are more on the nose than others.
Sure.
You'd be hard pressed to watch Lethal Weapon and say this is a movie about a religious crisis or something, right?
No,
you might be mining a little too deep there. I mean, I think that's fair.
I will defend Lethal Weapon.
No, I'm not knocking Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but sure, it's fine. It's an '80s action movie.
Sure.
But just as an example, Abe is wrong to say I got it and you didn't get it. You know what I mean? Because you're bringing yourself to it, right? So I don't know. I obviously Abe screwed up.
There's some things that are cut and dry.
Yeah, there are.
Like you said, Fast and Furious.
Right, exactly.
But even that, it means something to somebody.
Right.
Some kid, some adult. You're going to watch this movie and be like, this is what this movie is to me. There's a different, we associate all kinds of stuff with what we have going on in our lives, you know?
Sure.
But there are certain films and TV shows that are made that are abstract. You know what I mean? There's
Absolutely.
Like, get a plot out of 2001.
Right.
There's a plot there, but you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
you watch it the first time, you're like, I don't know. And that's brilliant art because it gets the wheels turning.
Sure.
It makes you think. It's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like there, a lot of things. There's layers of nuance, and you can let the author sit here and say, "This is what my thing was about." And there are some authors who get asked straight up, like, "What was this about?" And they're like, "You tell me. You read it, you listened to it, whatever. Yeah. That's not my job."
The only time
Tarantino, remember that very famous interview when the guy's like, "What were you doing with this?" And he's like, "It's not my job to tell you. I'm shutting. Yeah, it's like it's not my job to tell you what you're supposed to get out of my movie. It's your job to get out of it what you get out of it. You know."
The only time I hated that was Alex Garland talking about Annihilation. I'm like, I hate Alex Garland so much. Anyways,
sure, no,
but even that,
right? I mean, there's pretension, and
sure.
right? Like, you guys didn't get it because I meant, I think Tim Burton has been guilty of that many times.
Yeah. Beetlejuice 2 looks good though.
Sure. But I mean, we've this was a small point of the show, but it is this idea that I got it and you didn't, therefore you're dumb and I'm smart. Just when it comes to art, which is completely subjective.
It's funny how they're both right, but they're also both wrong.
Right. I mean, how many people have gotten mad at you and me because of our interpretation of something we watched?
Of something that we're watching for the first time.
Right. Who've gotten mad at us because of how we feel about Betty Draper on Mad Men when they feel something else.
Sure.
Okay, but keep in mind, you're bringing yourself to in your experiences. You're right. You watch it and she's a nuanced character with a lot of layers, and so there's not a wrong way to feel about that person. People are complex. This character is complex, so your life experiences say, I look at her complexity and feel this about her, versus somebody else doesn't make you right and the other person wrong. I'm not right because I say Betty Draper really bothers me as a parent.
How often is black and white the actual worldview?
Almost never, right? Absolutely.
So I think that was great food for thought. That scene, I loved every second.
I did too,
and I loved the reconciliation. Him putting the roses down on the bed, laying his head in her lap.
The closest thing to apologizing he's capable of doing, because no one on the show can apologize.
Truly,
I mean, truly, what we talked about before the show is everyone is the insecurity and the inability to be wrong.
Yeah,
was played out in that episode.
Yeah,
from Midge and Susie there at the end, behaving in hair ripping out ways.
Get into it, man. Oh my God!
I was really disappointed in both of them as this episode played out.
More so Midge, but Susie too.
More so Midge.
Okay, look, yes, these guys are bad guys, right? They're mobsters.
Yeah,
we laugh at them because it's a funny situation to have these characters in.
Well,
they say funny things because they're mobsters.
They're written to be funny. You're not supposed to not think that their scenes are funny.
It's situational humor.
It's a comedy. Yeah. The show is a comedy, and they are supposed to be a comedy, a common take.
Listen to them talk about how they broke a guy's legs in this context is funny.
Right. No, it's by design, right?
Yeah, and look, now that we're getting more real on the show, these storylines are starting to pay off. This is the last season.
Right.
They're in for 30%.
Right. Yeah. See, we didn't know that before. Now it's like,
they mention it whenever they give her the office. They're like 30%. She's like, yeah, fine, great.
Yeah, but they didn't say 30% of everything Mitch makes, 30% of everything you make. I own you. All that stuff is new.
Who says that though? A rational person would be like, can we back that up for a second? Can we talk about that? What does that entail? What does that mean?
Well, I think it's reasonable for them to say they own 30% of Susie, maybe, but not 30% of Midge.
I think. Yeah, the idea is like whatever Susie is, whatever she's managing.
So she manages 50 acts. Yep. They get a third of all the. I call BS on that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, I'm out. I quit.
No,
I'm out of the game.
We wouldn't do it. No. But I think in this world, I don't think that's uncommon. You know what I mean? I think that there's plenty of people, and I'm sure it's true to life too, where this has happened. You know what I mean?
Maybe
the industry can be kind of cutthroat.
Regardless, these guys. I mean, they are evil. I mean, they've been
not good dudes.
No, they've been comic relief.
They can do nice
for the
things
show,
too.
right?
They're supportive. They're there and there. But they do. They're looking after their interests.
They do questionable things to help out the characters we want to see succeed. That's why, by design, that's why you like them.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them good guys, and it doesn't, in any way. Obviously, they're bad guys, and we got a really good reminder of that which is why the writing's so good, right?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, these guys that we've been having you laugh at that are in the mob, here's a reminder that they are actually just bad guys.
Yeah.
And Susie got herself into it, and I don't know, how she gets out of it. Obviously, she has to, because we know in the 80s her career took off.
They were friends for 25 years.
Right. Exactly.
My guess is she's probably still mobbed up in the 80s.
It's possible.
And I don't know if Midge, maybe it's a situation where Midge is like, okay, I'm cutting my ties with you because this is still a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but I feel like they're setting it up for Midge to kind of be the bad guy a little bit, because I feel like in the 80s Midge is the bad guy.
In her personal life, for sure.
Right.
But also, she's conceited. We haven't seen her act like a monster yet.
Really. No, she hasn't acted like it.
She's estranged, but we haven't seen her do anything terrible yet.
No, for the 80s stuff, we're just getting glimpses, but we do know that her family life is in the garbage.
Yeah,
and her personal life with Susie is. I don't know how much more of that we're going to get. I assume a little bit more, at least by the time we're done. There might be some resolution there. I don't know, but regardless, her little tantrum she threw on stage was unprofessional, and I did not feel. I felt bad for her a little bit when she couldn't get on the show, and you made this commitment, do this commitment. This is an important one, and I really stopped feeling any empathy for her when she went on stage, and even the mob guys that looks like a tantrum.
It's 3 shows that it's going to do.
Yeah, it didn't matter if it was 50. She went on stage and had a tantrum.
That's what I'm saying.
Knowing she shouldn't have done
That's
that.
That's what I'm saying. But it's not 50, it's 3. Just suck it up. Just do 3 dang shows,
or just save your pouting for a different time.
It took what? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And
what?
Your kids are there. And everybody else is there and participating and showing up. That's their chance. That's their break. Why would you ruin that for them? You're going to tank a show because you had a bad day?
Yeah, but it's not the first time we've seen her tank a show.
It's not.
We've seen her get on stage and blow her career up multiple times. She knew the stakes were high this time, and she went up and did it again.
What's crappy is that
her
attitude.
She can't. Her attitude.
I'm above this.
Yeah, no, it was totally I'm above this. Right.
That's so. You're not above that.
You're not above that. You are right now a comic who's having a hard time getting on stage anywhere, and you're in a writer's room.
Yeah,
that's where you are.
Also, the extra layer of crappiness is that you're being paid to do this.
Right.
You're not doing it for free. You're being paid a pretty decent amount of money.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's income, dude. You're not the best comic in the world yet. You're not there yet, dude. You're on your way.
No,
you're fighting the hand that beats you.
Obviously she's our lead and we love her.
I love Mitch.
But I guarantee that there's nobody that watched that scene and didn't watch that and been like, you're being a brat right now. There's no way to watch that scene and not say you are being a child right now.
And how many shows do we watch where we get mad at our lead character? Don Draper. Yeah, every Mad Men episode.
Right. And I think that's reasonable, right? That's what that's what the anti-hero. That's what good writing is now.
Yeah.
You watch your hero make the wrong decisions, and you are to get frustrated with them because you know they're capable of doing so much more.
I will stand by that. I will stand by the best movies, movies where the lead of the film.
Right.
You do not root for them. They're not a superhero.
Yeah.
It's a person you're like, this is my protagonist. All right.
Yeah, I'm on their side. Look at Mad Men. Mad Men for sure, but Breaking Bad. Right? You're with Walter White until you're not with Walter White.
Yeah.
I'm with Midge until I'm not with Midge.
Even to a lesser extent, the first Rocky movie. Is Rocky that good of a guy?
No, he's not.
He's breaking a guy's hand at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
It's we should be making more things like this where the protagonist is a complicated person because that is what life is.
Well, I think we do a better job of that now than we've ever done before.
We're coming at it for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of movies last year.
There's an awful lot of anti-heroes in the leads now. We don't. There's a reason nobody likes Superman. Right, because Superman is the most boring superhero ever because he's flawless all the time.
Yeah,
nobody cares. Make another Superman movie. No one's going to care about that one.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. No one's going to care about the next one either.
I think there's ways to make it interesting, but that's a whole other conversation.
Right,
but still, you're right. You want complicated protagonists.
You do. Right.
There'd be a million Batman movies. Be another million Batman movies after we're dead.
Yeah, because Batman is a broken adult. Yeah,
exactly.
He's vengeful because he's not a healthy person.
Right.
Anyway, we've talked forever. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.